Well, you guys asked for it and you're going to receive it. Despite the frustration, annoyances, and spiking blood pressure that I'm going to have to go through to make this video, you guys are going to get volume 2 of me reacting to the worst of Dallas Cowboys Twitter. Shout out to everyone that sent me tweets that I needed to react to. And if you want to see any tweets for me to react to, go to my Twitter, follow me, DM me, or tag me in a tweet that you think is downright terrible, and I'll react to it next week. Once again, if this video is well received, I will continue this. So let's dive into the second volume of the worst of Dallas Cowboys Twitter. Quinn is using him like Bobby Wagner, not LT. Parsons doesn't have any pass rush tools in his kit. He has gotten by with his athletic ability and his team scheming him up to get free like Devin White of the Bucks. LT didn't play the mic. Okay, the one thing that irritates me more than terrible takes is terrible grammar, so please know how to tweet. But here's the thing, like, I don't understand this, like, oh my god, what is the point of this comparison? Micah Parsons, like, what? Like, LT is a once-in-a-generation type of player, and on top of that, he played the position so different in his era of football. Like, you can't compare the two. It's impossible. Like, I personally think that you should try to get a Devin White type of player because you want to have that type of impact. I mean, you know, and also, like, what's wrong with using him like Bobby Wagner? From what we're seeing, you know, Micah Parsons is playing all over the football field. So, for me, I don't see a problem with what they're doing. So, oh my god, this is so... this is so stupid. I can't even put into words how dumb this is. So let's go ahead and move on. Josh Allen just got broke off. 6 years, $258 million with $150 million guaranteed. Sheesh. Cue the Dak Twitter tier since Allen got more. Dude, you can't be this stupid. Come on, man. Listen, if anything, Dak Twitter, if you want to call it, or the common sense Cowboys fans would tell you with the quarterback market, is it just goes up. It never goes down. Signing Dak Prescott to that deal was the best thing the Cowboys could have done because either way, they're saving money in the long haul. Because as the market goes up and up, guess what? They're going to ask for more and more money. So it's great that the Cowboys signed Dak Prescott when they did. And on top of that, if you want to be like this, Dak also won in the sense that, listen, you're going to have quarterbacks that he can argue he's better than. You know, down the line, I'm saying. So let's say 4 years down the line. Or rather 3, because he can renegotiate after year 3. He could be like, listen, man, I did all this stuff, and these guys are getting paid more than me. So, I want to get a better deal. So, Dak Prescott won in the end, and I just think it's hilarious that people want to think that this is a cell phone. That we're, you know, oh, well, Josh Allen's getting more money. That's good, because guess what? You paid Dak Prescott before this guy got paid. So, what a fucking idiot, dude. This isn't even, like, remotely, like, a smart take. So, let's move on to the next one. Ranking the NFL's top wide receiver trios entering 2021. So, they got the Titans 1, Bengals 4, Rams 3, Bucks 2, Cowboys 1. Do you agree? More or less. I think that, honestly, you can maybe move a couple guys up and down. But that's besides the point. Then you have this guy reply... The Steelers and the Browns have a better trio than the Dallas Cowboys. Excuse me for 1 second. Are you kidding me, man? Like, oh my god. Like, you can make an argument that the Bengals are better than the two of them, and I agree with that. So, like, oh my god. I gotta... Jesus God. Lord help me with these people. Oh my god. I can't believe you guys are doing this to me. Please stop. Like, listen, man, I can't stress enough how dumb of a take this is. Listen, if you think that the Steelers and the Browns are that much better than the Cowboys, I'm sorry, we need to revoke your football IQ card because do I need to go on The Dallas Cowboys have arguably the best receiving core in the league, and that's not me being a homer. That's just me being completely honest with you. So, let's move on before I get more irritated. Trey Lance would be the best QB out of the 2021 NFL draft class. My personal opinion, maybe. If things do work out for him, he has the best situation, so we'll see. Nobody wanted to hear me out in Cowboys Nation. Fire, fire, fire emoji. I told them not to pay Dak Prescott and draft Trey Lance or just... Oh, my God. People, you need to stop sending me these tweets from this guy. But God damn it. It's content nonetheless. Let me explain. Why would you think that taking a gamble on QBs that you don't know can do well with what you have can be better than what you have? Okay? Like, I don't know how to describe how dumb this is. First off, you can't say Trey Lance because Trey Lance was, like, arguably in the top 5 conversations. You would have given up a haul for him. You could have taken Justin Fields. But to be honest with you, Dak Prescott was the best of the bunch. We've already had this conversation before. There was no reason for the Cowboys to have taken a quarterback, and that wasn't the primary concern of this team. So stop with that shit. Seriously, please, I'm begging you, please stop. So let's go ahead and move on. Then you remember we have this guy in LC, that being Tyron Smith and La'el Collins, and we have invested money into. And how bad our defense was. Stop it. We get it. You liked him, but he wasn't the right choice. This was in regards to a tweet Vach did, with Rashawn Slater and how well he's been doing in Chargers training camp. And Vach responds, yeah, I'm probably not going to stop, fan. Appreciate it, though. Parsons was the right pick. You can't invest solely in the O-line with a top pick when you already have spent money in draft capital on the entire O-line. You don't take tackle depth in the first round. Keep being a baby about it, though. Appreciate your content. Okay, so first off, you don't have to be a dick about that, So that's the start off. Number 2, let's put this into perspective. Rashawn Slater, you can argue, with him or Penei Sewell, was the top 2 guys in this class for offensive lineman, talent. I said on my own videos, and you can go back and watch them, that if you take Rashawn Slater, you have flexibility to play him at left guard to start off his career, then move him to left tackle if Tyron retires. So you have options. And like hell, if you could, you can put him at right tackle and bring La'el back to left guard if he's not really doing well with that hip injury. So you had options with him. Rashawn Slater would not have been a bad decision. On top of that, by that same logic, you can argue that Micah Parsons was the incorrect pick because you spent draft capital into the linebacker position. And so I don't see a reason how this logic makes sense, because I can throw it back at you with Micah Parsons. Me personally, Dallas would have made the correct pick either way, and you can't get mad at that. I understand that Vach talks about offensive linemen, and he has somewhat of a bias there, and that's not a bad thing, because I agree with him. I think that you need to have a really damn good offensive line, and this is anybody. You need to have a real good offensive line if you're going to get anywhere in this league. So, with that being said, listen, man, hey, I would, if he ends up being all-pro talent, which he could be, and Micah Parsons busts, then we might have to have that would be a completely tough conversation to have, but the Cowboys didn't really miss out on much, especially if he pans out. Micah Parsons, yeah, I think would have been, is the correct pick in the sense of you need defensive help, but doesn't mean that Rashawn Slater would have been bad either. So, let's move on to the final one. How long till the Cowboys sign a real QB? In March. So next draft, GM shouldn't be afraid of hurting Dak's feelings, but our GM sucks. Jerry should have fired Cowboys GM. You should always draft a QB in the 5th to 7th rounds. Got to be someone better than Nooch. Exactly. Draft a QB every year. We might strike gold one year. Jerry is a great salesman, but not a great football GM. Other than that, go Cowboys. Okay, so this is in regards to Dak Prescott. This is in regards to the backup quarterback situation. Now listen, Dak Prescott isn't going to get his feelings hurt because someone decides in the war room, hey, we need to get a backup quarterback. I mean, remember last time around, with last year's draft, they were interviewing Jalen Hurts for a backup quarterback type of role. We didn't hear anything about Dak Prescott having hurt feelings. Dak Prescott's competitive. He would welcome that stuff. So I don't like hearing this stuff because it's like, Okay? And on top of that, the free agent market for quarterbacks is not good. So next March, you're going to see a bunch more backup quarterbacks available for you. So, to be honest with you, this is kind of just a dumb take in the sense of, like, listen, man, you know, you're not going to hurt his feelings just because you take a quarterback. Like, let's say even if the Cowboys took a backup quarterback in the 4th or 5th round, I don't really care. You know, that's a position you got to upgrade, so whatever. So, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for all those that submitted these tweets to me, and this has been the conclusion of Volume 2. If you missed the first one, there's going to be a card at the top right of the screen. You can click it, and you can manage to go check out the last one if you didn't see it already. On top of that, if you can leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell, that'd be fantastic. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one next week. Alright guys, have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.